It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders under the lights on Monday night.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And we're off and running from Landover. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
Stepping up, and he's going to run. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He takes off left on this second down. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A 1-yard gain on the play, and the Commanders will have a first.
That's one of those situations. It's such a quick read. Do I give it to the back or do I keep it myself? QB with the right decision, able to take it himself and get the first down.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. First and 10, a run to Robinson. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there, and that'll be good for a Washington first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a first down from the 30. First carry now for Austin Eckler. He's contained at the line for no gain. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
They've got a man in motion. taken in by Samuel. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Samuel comes in motion left. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, it's Daniels. Has it down close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Once more, it's Robinson. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. McCole Hardman now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
First down throw, here's Love. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Thrown on first down, Love. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Love from the gun. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Ready to go with the second quarter. It's the Packers with it inside the red zone. Love out of the shotgun. He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. And it'll be second and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
A tight end in motion now. Handoff here to Jacobs. Launches, and he's got it! Touchdown! The Packers finish off their opening drive. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers start off well to tie things 7-7. On now is McManus to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's got a lane up past the 30. The Commanders and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They've got first down from the 31. Daniels from the pistol. On the move, headed right. He takes it himself.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 34. Able to find Ertz. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Daniels now. He's got it inside the 25. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a second quarter lead. Deebo Samuel the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On first and 10, here's Love. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him! And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. This is reeled in by Reed. The Commanders going dime here to defend this third down. Shotgun now for Love. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And he's out of bounds past midfield. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Long. Completes this one to Kraft. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And they bring him down around the 34. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Going run again with Jacobs. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Receiver in motion going left. Takes the handoff, now Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now they'll throw out of the gun. This throw is caught. It's a Green Bay touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers tie things up at 14. On now is McManus to kick this away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
On first down, here's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by Quay Walker.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders, needing 8 on third down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Ertz reels it in. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Again, Daniels to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Packers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. 2nd and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. And they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have 2 choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You could play conservative, try to get to a manageable third down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. First down throw, here's Love. This one taken in by Kraft. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 31. This is on target to Christian Watson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Loves to throw again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Love from the gun. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Jaden Reed, the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Throwing it just before halftime. Lobbing this into the end zone. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. We're at halftime here on Monday night. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible 2nd half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Hardman with a return. This return makes it up to the 25. Here's the Packer offense headed out to start the 3rd quarter. And they could take control of the 2nd half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Love now. Short pass brought in. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the 6.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play fake, it's Love. Fits it through the middle. On the move, past the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Here's Love. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
On second down, Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Love. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. This will be a 44-yard look. And the kick by Folk is good. And they've taken back the lead.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Eckler. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Commanders will have a first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, he keeps it left on the option. Great run here. He's across the 35. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Hey, forget about it. Forget first down. For a moment, they were thinking touchdown on that play. What a time to deliver a breakaway run. And that puts a ton of momentum on their side for the next snap.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
They stick with Jacobs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Able to get it to Reed. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Second and 3 now. From the 39. Cut by Jacobs. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st down from the red zone. The throw is caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go counter. It's Jacobs. And he's in for the touchdown. The Packers take a 3rd quarter lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers push their lead to 3. On now is McManus to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders set to take over. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Escapes a defender. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Brought in right side by McLaurin. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. An option gives to Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, a couple of real nice stops, force 4th and 1.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. Wow, beautiful punt there. They have them backed up all the way to the 2-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He'll throw it from his own end zone. This is reeled in by Reed. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. The Packers with it. They have the lead late, but this game is close. First and 10 from the 41. Throwing now from the gun. This finds Dobbs. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Love. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Picks the handoff, now Love. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it! And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
So fourth down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. This one strikes down at the one, and predictably into the end zone it goes for the touchback. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Throwing now, Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. No return on that punt. And the Packers will take over possession. First down, ball at the 36. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Second and 4. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Love out of the shotgun. He completes it in traffic. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
From the 47. Throw left side, complete. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and just 2 to go. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Stop for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Handoff here to Jacobs. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Love from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Running right, here's Jacobs. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Second and 3 now. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. They'll run, Jacobs. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Again, it's Jacobs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of 2, and now they have 3rd and goal at the 3.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Jacobs. And he's across. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers make it a 10-point ball game. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Short pass caught by his tight end. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining, long odds ahead of him. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Again, Daniels to the air. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Now to throw. Need this to force overtime. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. With Brock Hewitt and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners, as with that, we sign off from D.C.